Hi, I'm Taotao. I'm going to talk about my three home assignments. First one is assignment in the style of from theory class. For the assignment, we need to copy one designer's work. I don't want to make the poster completely same as the poster from Christina, so I conclude some visual skills from her and use them in my poster. Firstly, I analyze Christina's works from different aspects. One thing I really want to talk about is details. uh, how she added details for her works. One thing is double, triple strokes for lines or typefaces. Two is the Photoshop outer glow effects and drop shadow. Third thing is uh, background texture. After analyzing, I started to make pictures. I used Christina's usual composition, like the left one image. Once the composition was decided, I started to make the collage with a big visual center. This image is about treatment. Because I get inspired by the coronavirus, so I want to do something like that. I used a mouse as the visual center because disease enters body through their mouth with other elements for regions pointing at the virus, drugs around the mouth, traditional Chinese necromancy descriptor for traditional treatment, and ECG. These are all the elements. And then, when the elements decided, I started to determine the colors. I like the purple, so I matched it with reddish orange, and then I choose green and flash color as secondary colors. And for the typography and typeface, I also use Christina's way to add details for them, like outer glow, triple strokes. It seems that the process is very simple, but I tried dozens of versions, like deleting something if there are too many elements, changing the colors of different parts, find some different results, the modification of typefaces, deciding where to add the details to make some parts stronger or weaker. As you can see, this is a very long process. Okay, next next assignment. I want to talk about the typography. When I first came here, I don't even know how to use InDesign, neither After Effects for animation. At that time, everyone started to make flyers for round two, so it's really hard for me. But I redid this typography assignment in break. I found it's really important to make then step uh, from the beginning because these assignments are designed for step by step. For round one, there is only one font, and I match different sentences or lines. These lines have different lengths, so that I use this to organize information to realize visual balance. Also, I can use these lines to create illustrations or some shapes. Then I started to change the later spacing and leading to get some different results. For this poster, I realized that I need to pay more attention to contrast. There is heavy and light, sprays and dense, big and small, straight and curves, light and dark contrast in direction, soft and hard, smooth and rough. So later I try to use this contrast in different layers. One thing I also learned is about the white space of the picture. They are also very important. After experimenting this, I started to try some different uh, functions of InDesign to create some pictures. And for composition, one thing I often use is symmetrical composition and the triangular composition. These are very stable. I cannot make some big mistakes, but I also try not to using them and experiment something new. For round 4, the most important thing is about the color. With different colors, the composition will be changed. So one important thing about this is about the contrast. The hue, the lightness, the saturation, all the things uh, will will influence the contrast. So when I finished this, I realized Rob's saying why we can't finish them in one day because we need to have a process, making some pictures and stop and get something new and then continue to making. So then I can make some progress. The third assignment is effect. At first, I just changed the hue, lightness, saturation of the images and tried to use some different filters or overlay several layers. But later, Kevin gave me some advice. He told me that I can cut and recompose the image, try to make things become mine, not steal the original work. So later, I adjust my process to make images. First, I recompose the image, cutting, destroying, or transforming to make it completely different. Then I will add different effects for different parts of the images, adjust the composition again, and change the colors of some parts to make something stronger or weaker. I think adjusting is very important, especially when you finish most part of an image. The final thing is to adjustment, very tiny adjustment like the texture, like the position of some elements, like the color. So this adjusting is very important, and learning new software is something I will do in the future because I can make some more new effects. So thank you. These are my sharing of my 3 assignments.